Mr. Mac to the mic. Hey, top of the morning to you, Lisa. You smoothie, me ice cold pizza, cafe ole, latte da. You do the Zumba, but I do not. Give me like half a marathon. I'll give you the gospel of St. John. Hits me like a wake up bomb, cause we both know that His mercy flows in the morning. Wake up to a brand new day.
Okay, good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us here on It's a Good Morning on JoCo Community Radio. And let's see, I am your host, Tonya Johnson, and I'm joined in the studio. I'm still trying to figure this out, Coralee. So she's like,
Good morning.
Good morning. Coralee's joining me in the house this morning. Happy November 2nd. There we go. Okay, so sorry, everybody. Thank you so much. Those of you who are on TuneIn Radio, I do apologize. I was trying to get the Facebook stuff ready. Happy November, everybody. Look who has joined me in the studio this morning, Miss Coralee. I'm so happy for her to be here, and I'm happy to be here. For those of you who pay attention,
you weren't here yesterday, were you?
I wasn't here yesterday. I was in Missouri. I wasn't here Friday. My husband and I switched vehicles, and we have a new fancy dancy little key card to get
in the door.
Because my key card, I can't just put it on my keychain. Maybe I need to get me one of those little driver's license holder things. Probably not, because I would lose it. But anyway, so it's in my Jeep, right? So that I don't lose it, because I always come in my Jeep. I've never driven anybody else's vehicle here, except for Friday.
Oops.
So, yes, I was doing the manly chores of getting the oil changed before our road trip to Missouri.
Did you just say manly chores?
I did.
It is 2021, my friend.
It was not my vehicle.
I just don't even know how to unpack that. Manly chores?
Okay. I get my oil changed in my vehicle. I do all the things when it comes to my vehicle. I just think that everyone should do all the things when it comes to their own vehicle. Maybe I shouldn't have said manly chores. I did my husband's chore for his vehicle for him.
That's better.
Okay.
Assuming that, because you're a girl and you can't take your car to get it oil changed, that makes it a manly chore. That's okay. Just
you're right.
Really?
I know. I went there this morning. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's not 1950s.
I shouldn't. You're right. I know how to get my oil changed. I know how to change a flat. I know how to do all the things. I learned how to mow my grass. Not very well, I might add, but I learned. No, I used to mow grass when I was younger for extra money. Right.
I used to like mowing the grass. There was some control. There was actually I still like mowing the grass when I go to the farm, because it's the zero turn. Put music on.
Yeah.
And I feel kind of badass driving that thing.
Mm-hmm.
My yard? Nope. I hired somebody.
You hired someone to mow your 3 strips of grass.
There's more grass there than you think.
Well, aren't you glad that we put concrete between the 2 little spots?
But honestly, it's not so much the grass. It's all the damn edging.
Mm-hmm.
Edging around metal fence is not fun.
Yeah.
So, no. Now I hired it.
Well, there you go.
And I don't feel bad about it.
Well, good.
Not at all.
Okay. Well, you shouldn't.
Nope. Not one bit. I mean, I had to talk myself into not feeling bad about hiring somebody to mow my grass, but.
Okay. But you did it. And now you Someone else does it.
I'm so over feeling guilty about not doing my grass.
Well, good. That's not, I mean, you're paying someone. There should be no guilt in paying someone to mow your grass. Let me finish that way. That could have went down a really bad rabbit hole. Welcome back with me, Coralee, in the morning.
And it's not even 9 o'clock.
No, but I've been up since 5.
Same.
So I'm so excited. For those of you who know, I joined Hotworks. And so it's been perfect because, before I was going to Planet Fitness in Cleburne. So I was leaving my house. I was going to Planet Fitness, getting my workout in, going back home, getting ready, and fighting the traffic from Cleburne to Burleson during the mad hours of the morning, right? Through the schools and all the things. So since I've been going to Hotworks, though, there's hardly any traffic. I can make it to the edge of Burleson, to Hotworks from my house about 30.
Okay.
Yeah. About 30. Don't give me the idea to attempt 15 minutes because that's probably not smart in the dark. But no, and then so I'm missing a lot of the traffic
and the stress that comes along with traffic.
Yes. And so then literally I'm here, I get my 2 workouts in, I shower, I get dressed, and I'm here before 8 o'clock.
Which is kind of sweet.
It's really sweet. And I know I was like, Coralee's going to be so impressed with me this morning.
I know when I rolled up, I was like, oh, she's actually here.
And she didn't sleep in the car.
Right.
Not that I've ever done that, but hey, that's a good idea. No, I was had the show set and ready to go until I couldn't figure out how to get us off the little.
It's all very fancy.
It is very fancy. Look, we even have that says restream. We're not restreaming. Hang on, let me. Not sure what that is over in the corner, everybody, but
see, you're hitting those they're overlays.
Yeah, I want to hit the overlays, but there was one. I don't want the restream one. I wanted a cute one, not a boo one.
No, nope,
Halloween's over.
You know, I only had one kid come to my house.
One. Really? Aww.
I mean, it was good. I was busy, and
yeah,
my dogs are crazy, and it actually was fine. But when I lived in Mistletoe Hill, I mean,
everybody was there.
Oh my gosh, we got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was not uncommon to have to go out and see if you could find more candy.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like Mistletoe Hill was again that busy.
Wow.
Because of course the weather was perfect.
It was beautiful. Well, I say that. I wasn't even here. I don't even know.
It was perfect. It was not too hot. It was not too cold. It wasn't raining.
Mm-hmm.
It was great for people to be out with their families. But of course I live kind of, not a busy neighborhood. There's not a lot of kids in our neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I'm wondering, that neighborhood, people may not even really know that it's back there.
And that's fine. It's okay. I'm okay with people not knowing.
So did you buy lots of candy and it's sitting around your house?
I bought 1 bag of candy and it's in the freezer because
Okay.
I'm not eating sugar right now.
Mm-hmm.
So,
how long have you been not eating sugar?
I'm on week 3. No sugar, no gluten.
Nice. How do you feel?
I feel great. Oh, and no booze. Week 3.
How long are you doing that for?
Till Christmas. Well, till middle of December.
Okay. I'm telling.
I go back to Canada.
Okay, I'm telling you, like, I probably should jump on that bandwagon. Not. I don't even know. My face is starting to look old. But I had to go rescue a girlfriend on Friday night, and let me just say that was an impromptu
runaway
drink time. Like, I was not planning. I was not prepared. Not that it was bad. I mean, I didn't do bad, because when you go on girlfriend babysitting mode, right? You really don't.
You can't
partake like you may want to, right? And so, yeah, you can't, because then what's the purpose of
you're supposed to be the responsible one? Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, phone call 10:30 at night. And my dumbass went.
You woke up with a headache on Saturday
I
morning?
didn't. No, but I did have to leave to go to Missouri on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
So, but it was great. But then it was like, when you're drinking, when you start your weekend off drinking and then eating
like an asshole.
Yes, as I told you this morning. Okay, so part of the problem is I went to No Frills and I ordered wings, bone-in wings. I believe theirs are deep fried. Well, by this point, I am craving some wings. And so I ate them, right? So not only did I drink, but then I ate gluten late at night. So then all of that swells up, right? And so then I don't know for any of you, once you go down that spiral of
it's like, oh, I've eaten 6 pieces of candy. Why
what's
not
one
eat
more?
the rest of the bag?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm not going down that road.
Mm.
I have a friend.
I'm very proud of you.
I have a friend who she was diagnosed with breast cancer at the 7 months ago.
Okay.
And I've been following her journey,
Mhm.
and she's fighting her health with food, and
which is wonderful for her.
yeah, it's
Yes.
incredible. And she made a video the other day that was profound.
Mhm.
And it basically said that the reason that people fail in their health is because they don't have a good enough reason.
Yeah.
They haven't figured out the reason why they want to be healthy. And I
Right,
think
because too many people do it to lose weight or to be skinny or, for not the right reasons.
I mean, hey, I got a gray dress I plan on wearing at Christmas time.
Okay.
I mean, whatever
Nice.
it takes, right? Whatever you need to stick to it, or
Mhm.
what your purpose is. And, she goes, my purpose, she goes, I've tried all the diets, all of them, every one of them. So, yo-yoed up and down.
Mhm.
And she said, but when death becomes your
why,
Mhm. you change
Mhm.
at your whole look on. And so
when that's your option, right? Because you're really choosing to live when living is
Yes.
when that's your alternative to eating like an asshole.
And I think that if people
Which
look
is huge.
at food that way,
Mhm.
and so I'm following this, it's called R3, and it's reset, reintroduce.
Okay.
I don't know what the R3 R's are. Anyway, and it talks about there's the small list of no's for the first 2 weeks, and then you can do a little bit of the no's after the first 2 weeks.
Okay.
And things like tomatoes are interesting that are on tomatoes and fruit.
Mhm.
Are all on the no list. There's not a huge amount of things on the no list, but gluten. So
Mhm.
anything with flour in it.
Right.
But you think about it, everything with flour in it is, cookies and cake
Mhm.
and
all the sweets.
right.
Yes.
And over the 2 weeks, just paying attention to making sure that I'm eating enough vegetables and salads and enough protein and all of those things, just really
Mhm.
paying attention, because I've got fairly decent eating habits. I cook.
Right.
I don't eat a lot of fried food. I mean,
Mhm.
I'm not opposed to,
Right.
a good onion ring.
Yeah.
But even if I go to, say, Whataburger, I
Mhm.
skip the French fries.
Yeah.
They're not worth the calories.
Right.
Right. I can eat the hamburger without the bun.
Right. I do it every day.
Yeah. So it's, it's really
It
about
becomes a little mini pizza.
right. But it's about choices, right?
Uh.
Like it's about really deciding. And it's funny how you kind of focus on, like, I said, I mean, I thought I was eating quite well. And then I'm like
Mhm.
looking at it going, well, no, my kid brings home those damn crumble cookies.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, I only have a couple of bites. And then I eat half the cookie. Well, half the cookie is like, the calories in it is ridiculous.
Really?
It's not worth it.
Okay.
It's not worth it.
Mhm.
Same with drinking. Like went to Canada on vacation, had a whole lot of fun.
Mhm.
Probably, I actually had to break up with whiskey
Mm.
because I had a little too much fun.
Okay.
I mean, we didn't break up the whole time, but for the first part of the trip. But
you didn't break up forever.
No,
just, temporarily.
No,
yeah.
No.
You might have to have a booty call every once in a while with your whiskey.
but just I don't need to drink a glass of wine every night. I don't need,
Well, okay, so this has been my problem and my issue. And I'll put it down and then I'll pick it back up and then I'll put it down and I'll pick it back up, and it's soda. I drank so much soda over the weekend. When you're on a road trip, that's I just need a Dr. Pepper.
So
I just need a Dr. Pepper.
Read the block.
Oh, I just need a Dr. Pepper.
Next time you pick up a Dr. Pepper, read the block. Read on there.
Oh, I know.
The sugar and the calories.
I know.
And go,
well, and then I wonder why. I'm like, oh my, well, not only that, but what it does to your body. And then, eating the occasional gluten or eating something that's been contaminated. And then all of that just swells up. And now I told you this morning, I'm like, oh my God, I couldn't wait to get to Hot Works because I was like, I felt like I've gained 20 pounds since Thursday.
Yeah. And it's not worth it. Not
I mean, I'm sure somebody would look at me and go, you've not gained 20 pounds, but I feel right. And that's to me more important than the way that I look. And it's the way that I feel in my own skin and the way I feel like I look in my own skin. And so that's what it's all about. But ultimately, yes, being healthy. And I don't know as far as the blog goes, but and your friend, when my friend was diagnosed with breast cancer and she had a double mastectomy, but
she did.
Yeah. And so she literally, doesn't eat sugar, doesn't eat, because of all of the bad things that come along with that.
Sugar fuels it.
Yeah, it fuels a lot of things.
Yeah.
And, a lot of people were like, oh, what was it? I was doing something. And somebody's like, well, the FDA hasn't approved that. I'm sorry. And you guys can bash me all you want to, but the FDA has approved a lot of things that I don't necessarily agree with for our health.
Agree. Yeah.
When you okay the farmers to spray the wheat crops with Roundup 2 weeks before harvest, so that they can get all of the.
So it's easier to harvest.
Yeah, it's easier to harvest, and you get all of the grain and all of that. And then I'm sorry, but I have a really hard time believing that
it doesn't affect.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not going to go there.
I'm not either, but it's just one of those things where I don't think that everyone should knock something because the FDA hasn't approved it. I have a hard time with that. You do you and whatever that looks like, but I am going to do the research and stuff for myself and figure out what's best.
Yeah.
So speaking of challenges, so you're no sugar, no gluten.
Yeah, and I joined a group to walk 50 miles in the month of November, which for me is nothing. I usually walk about 100.
Right.
That's usually roughly my goal is anywhere between 100 or 80 and 100 miles.
Yeah.
In a month.
Okay.
Which, I wrote about this the other day about walking, and I walk when I'm mad. I walk when I'm sad. I walk when I'm happy. I walk when I just need clarity. Sometimes I walk and I have a meeting while I'm walking. Like, if you just put on your shoes and make it a habit,
So the other day we were in Missouri and we had went over to Columbia and we had went to the mall and my family wanted to go to Dick's Sporting Goods. Now from where I'm standing, I can see Dick's Sporting Goods sign. Like it's literally across the street. I can see it. It's in a different shopping center, so you might have to go around one store. And so I said, do you want to walk there? And they looked at me like I had a third eyeball. Like, have you lost your mind when we can drive? And it was just one of those things. And I've heard a lot of people go, well, we can't put a building there because, or a business there, because I do real estate. Well, this doesn't really make sense because there's not a lot of parking. There is a huge parking lot across the street, literally across the street. Like when you walk across the street, big parking lot. But just because it's not right up next to the door, they don't want to do it. It's craziness. Crazy.
Yeah.
Somebody needs it. You just need to go to New York for a little while. There's nowhere to park. You just walk.
I mean, it's amazing
Anyway,
what walking can do for you.
Yes.
As long as, you saw my blisters.
Yes.
I did do a lot of walking.
Yeah. Wear the right shoes.
No, wear the right socks. It's not the shoes. It's all about the socks.
Well, sometimes depending. So, because I'm not going to be walking 3 miles in these shoes today. Just saying.
No.
Not at one time.
No.
Yeah. So my kids are doing the 75 hard challenge. They started yesterday.
So that'll get them to, what was that?
Not real sure. Bloop in my ear.
I've been following. I have a bunch of friends who have done it, and I follow them. And that's the one thing that I really love about social media. There's lots of yucky stuff about social media.
Yes.
But one of the things that I love is if you choose to follow the right people, you will be inspired.
Yes.
And I've got a dozen friends that are doing 75 hard, and they're tracking it, and they're posting their progress.
Yes.
What some people don't understand, and I think they think that they're bragging or they're whatever.
It's accountability.
It's completely accountability. Yeah. But as I'm watching their accountability, is that somebody commenting?
I don't see comments. Hang on.
You really haven't got this thing worked out, do you?
Well, good morning. Yeah, I mean, there's comments, but that's not what those are. Not real sure.
So, following those people, like I have a friend who does does triathlons. Black and white.
Anyway.
Lots of, and I love following them. I love following their, and for those who don't know if you don't know what 75 hard is, I don't know if you've been living under a rock for the last 3 months, because if you don't have everybody, there's so many people doing it. Really getting outside. Part of it is getting outside and going for a walk. And it's been really cool to watch people just making that commitment to walking out the door.
Yes. Well, and so with the 75 hard, I know we talked about it months ago because Cheyenne Davis and her husband have done it, and they've got to go. Yeah, they had to start over or whatever. And so I told my boys, I'm like, you understand that this is going to go
through Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Through Thanksgiving, through Christmas, and yes, exactly what I said. I was like, no sweets, no. And it's not, and it's funny because it's like, it's not that my boys need it, right, for the health things or anything like that. But I think it's to prove to themselves that they can do it.
Right.
And, the other thing that I'm super proud of them for, because it's almost like the core 4 that of the book that I've read, because it's making sure you're taking care of your body, you're taking care of your mind because you're reading, you're taking care of you're doing all the healthy things, and you're doing all the things and proving to yourself, or themselves, that they can do it. So that in itself is pretty cool.
But I think it's all about the accountability. It's about being accountable to yourself. And I mean, if you're fortunate enough to have people that are cheering you on, so I'm in two different groups. I'm in the group that for walking.
Okay.
And the really neat thing about this group is she's basically encouraged everybody, when you go out for a walk, post a picture and how far you went. Well, that's my jam. I mean, I've been doing that for almost
over a
year and a half.
Yeah.
And I post it. I mean, I've got an app that I use, and I take a picture every time, and when I record my mileage. So it's kind of fun to see where people are walking. And then I'm also in a group for my rower. I'm waiting actually for the I'm waiting for the challenge for November to come out, because it hasn't come out yet. So
Well,
I'm all about the challenge and being able to check those things off the list. I probably just need to make my own for the rower. But
I was thinking about you over the weekend. So HotWorks is launching I believe it's called Hot Thunder. And they just got the one in Burleson just got 3 rowers in. And so it was really cool. They posted a video the other day asking the question, can you get I don't know if it was like 3 grown men or anyway, 3 men in a sauna rowing, and yes, you can. They all fit, they all rowed, and anyway, it was super cute. It was a little video that they posted. So they're going to be unveiling the rowers, but I thought about you, and I was like,
love my rower. Really do love my rower.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to build up to rowing. I have a hard enough time just doing a 15-minute blast class, and and my Pilates, in the sauna,
in a hot sauna.
Yeah. Although the good part is I'm sweating, and I'm like, surely something is happening here. And I feel great. When I get done, I feel great.
Just think how great you'd feel if
Have you ever taken
like an asshole all weekend.
Right. Well, no more eating like an asshole. I'm just saying.
Till the next time. Come on, let's be real.
Well, stick around for the second half of It's a Good Morning here on JoCo Community Radio as Coralee joins me still for the second half. Stick around.
Abnormal realities.
No, Ron,
Yes.
I love you, brother.
Okay, this is not going to be good.
So I just want to say that for the record.
Oh.
So let's talk about your experience on Saturday, because 2 reasons. It's very important for people to do this.
And that is talk about it?
No, getting a camera shoved up your butthole.
Yeah.
How was the butt sex with camera?
I don't remember it at all, actually. But I don't remember the camera searching for Uranus, my anus. Hey, dude, I always, when you go in for these types of procedures, they put you to sleep, right?
I mean, you got a camera shoved up your butthole and you don't even remember it.
No,
that is a really good deep sleep.
And quite honestly, the weird part is you don't even know you've been violated. It doesn't feel like you've been violated. Oh, they blow air straight up in your butt. You got to release that somehow. So I got that out of the way as soon as I woke up.
Abnormal realities.
I got questions, Ron.
With Ron and Rocky.
I got it done.
You got it done.
Weekdays, 4 p.m. and 10 p.m. on JoCo Community Radio.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395.
Out-of-date carpet giving you the blues? Tired of your old dingy and broken tile? Let my friends at the Floor Store in Cleburne, Texas give your home the makeover it deserves. This is Old Taco Joe coming to you for the Floor Store. Whether it's carpet, tile, wood flooring, or real wood laminate, the Floor Store can cover all of your flooring needs. Located at 405 West Henderson Street in Cleburne, Texas, owner Brent Harris can help. Shower tile, tub surrounds, even backsplashes. Give them a call today at 817-641-9444. The Floor Store, they got you covered.
JoCo Community Radio. Listen live at tunein.com.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us for the second half of It's a Good Morning here on JoCo Community Radio. We are the voice of Johnson County, Texas, with Lives 365 on the TuneIn Radio Network. To listen, simply go to tuneinjoco.com, where you can download the app for free or listen live right there. We are also streaming simultaneously on Spreaker.com. With select shows like this one streaming to Facebook. All of our shows can be found on any one of your favorite podcasting platforms, such as Spotify and iTunes. Check out our lineup on jococommunityradio.com. Thanks for tuning in. This episode and more are brought to you by Next Level Claims, making your insurance work for you. For more information, go to facebook.com/Next Level Claims.
Look at you, no mistakes.
Look at me go. And so Coralee is joining me this morning. I'm super excited. And I know some of you have missed her. So Shannon says it's great
morning,
to
Shannon.
see you. And she said, sorry, I'm late. No problem. We're just glad you're here. So before we went to break, we were talking about, healthy, and it's not Wellness Wednesday, but really, honestly, we talk about 60 days. You're going to do this for 60 days or whatever. I think the mentality kind of that we need to get into is just, it's a lifestyle change, right? And you can't, and that's what I'm just realizing right now is I can't just, because I make the choice to eat like an asshole for the whole weekend.
But then you're erasing the 2
all
weeks
of the
prior.
hard work. Yes. All of the hard work. I was on the cycle this morning doing my blast challenge, and I'd probably been in there, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. And I log the calories that I burn. And so I'm looking at it, and the calories literally is like, I'm sweating. I'm getting it on the cycle, and I'm looking down, and I was like, 27 calories.
Yeah. That's not even.
I was like, oh my gosh, that's not even the one Dr. Pepper or one. Oh, yes. So anyway,
that's really it, is you have to play a game with your head of, okay, here's a donut.
Uh-huh.
How many calories? What does it take?
Right.
It's like 45 minutes to burn the calories of a donut. Is it that? I mean,
Right.
there's some donuts out there that, they're worth
Might be worth it. Yeah.
Every now and then.
Right.
But if you eat a donut, or Dr. Pepper's a good one. I mean, if you
so here's the problem, because with a donut, I'm like, because there's all
there's
these other repercussions
Right.
that come with the donut for me, right? But unfortunately, sometimes I still partake, and I've been really bad lately, really bad. But I'm telling you right now, that 20 pounds that I feel, I'm so over it. So over it.
And you just, you got to remember that, because,
yes,
right? You got to remember that.
Uh-huh.
So this group that I'm in 3, good grief. I'm getting her done. Basically, I really want to wear this gray dress. Not sure about shoes yet. We're going to have a conversation about what shoes I should wear with this dress, because I have no idea.
So it's a new gray dress?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's really cute.
Okay.
It's really cute.
I'm excited.
But the group that I'm also in, that the R3, where when you start, take a picture of where you're at, the before picture. You don't have to share it with anybody.
Yeah.
It's for you. Take your measurements, do all of that, because I think there's something mentally where it works with your brain. Because if you go, I lost, 20 pounds, but yeah, I feel great. And then you go back to your old ways. But if you see what you look like here, and then you see what you like, I'm not going back there.
Yes, I would agree with you. It's the same way when you look back, when you finally get mentally prepared. A lot of times I think people get mentally prepared to get healthy from a picture, right? You look at a picture, like you're in an event or something, and you're like, that's what I look like? Like,
right.
Okay, we got to do something about this.
But it's not just look, it's how you feel. And when you start to feel really, really good when you get up in the morning,
yes,
it's worth it. But I think, with the whole social media, love-hate relationship over here with it, I've done a really good job of hiding all it. If you're spewing crap, I'm not necessarily going to unfriend you.
Right.
Because that's just childish.
Yeah.
I am going to hide you, though, because I don't want to see your garbage. I mean, if I only read or saw or ingested crap, it doesn't matter how good I feel.
Yeah.
You're gonna
go
down
give out
that,
crap,
right?
Yeah.
So I love when people, I'm following Brooke and Melissa's journey to getting well, and all of these different people who are sharing their journey,
right?
And this week I wrote about, I went for a coffee with a friend, that I hadn't seen in a long time. And it's funny because I'm like, I think it's been about 6 years. And she's like, are you kidding me? I'm like, no, I think it's been about 6 years. And as we were having coffee, she has a friend that's going through really not a nice time. And she asked me, she goes, so what'd you do to heal? And I was like, I kind of sat there. I'm like, well, and it took me a couple of days to really digest. Like I knew in my head some of the things that I'd done to heal, heal my heart, heal my soul, heal my being. And I talked about the radio show. So I actually sat down and wrote about it. And I was like, ooh, like I write, but I usually leave it pretty ambiguous because I'm talking to myself. This one was not talking to myself. This was talking to her friend. It was not talking to me. And I typically talk to me.
Right.
That's why I write, because, next year when that message comes up, it's a reminder of, whatever it is, whatever that reminder is. So I do a lot of talking to myself, but this one I wrote for her friend. And, it was exposing. Like I said all the things out loud, like it sucks to be divorced. And I said it out loud. Like I put it out there because when I was in Wyoming, I had a friend ask who had no idea.
Right.
Because it's not like I changed my status.
Right. It's not like you broadcasted it all over the place.
Unless you were in my life, you wouldn't have known. Or, if you're paying attention, but it was, so one of the things I wrote about was finding my voice, having I told her, I said, I became a radio show for 7 months. And I go, I still can't believe I did that. But in that 7 months, I found my voice. I found that, my story and sharing some of my bits, like I'm not going to share all the bits because most of the bits,
secrets.
Well, most of the bits would scare. I mean, they would shock the hell out of most people. And it's, but I also need people to understand, somebody's like, oh, everything looks so rosy and blah, 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 blah. Well, it's not. Like I came out of, 6 years.
Right.
And that's what I had to say to her. I mean, like, I'm giving you this list. There was 5 years prior to this work that I did. And I'm still working on it. Like I'm still working on healing it's mostly between my ears, right? Like it's that shit, right?
Yeah.
But back to the whole finding people that resonate with you, that maybe challenge how you think or how you live, or whether it's following, Drew. Actually my friend Tina, she is doing, that's another group I'm in. It's yes. I don't know how it's yes to November. Like she's saying yes.
Okay.
And she started I'm going to call it a movement.
Okay.
Where she is collecting socks to donate to specifically moms, because she's a mom, that have children in the hospital. Her son spent many, many years in and out of the hospital. And one of the things was having a nice, comfy pair of socks, not for the child that's in there, but for mom who's sitting in the room. So her goal is to collect 500 pairs of socks. And she's like, I've been thinking about it. And her and I have a lot of conversations about, just do it.
Yeah, just do it.
I mean, you don't have to have a plan. You don't have to. So
have it all thought out.
No,
and all. Yeah.
No. And she's very raw and very, just says it like it is. And, just doing it. She decided I'm going to collect 500 pairs of socks and I'm going to put it out there, and here it is, which I'm going to share the thing so you can share it, so we can see if we can help her get those 500 pairs of socks.
Absolutely.
But, I think with the whole
thanks, Christy. Christy said, cute shirt. It's Christy's shirt. She was letting me borrow it last week, and then I never
gave it
wore
back.
It. And I never wore it because I didn't know it was there. And so then she was going to try to get it back over the weekend. and I wasn't home. So this morning I was like, "Meh, before she wants this shirt back, I'm wearing it." So yeah. Thank you.
So yeah, I think if you whatever you listen to, whether it's
Yes.
podcasts, whether it's what you watch on TV, whether it's your social feeds, don't want to go that damn TikTok, go down that crazy hole of rabbits.
Well, the good thing is one thing about TikTok though, if you're watching positive things and listening to positive things, you get positive things in your feed.
Right. Yes, be careful what you watch because that's what you're going to get sent.
Yes.
So yeah, I just encourage people, like November, typically lots of people it's about gratitude and thankful, and I just choose to put people in my life that challenge me. Call me on my bullshit.
Yeah.
Right? We all got it.
Right.
Right? And being grateful for absolutely
everything.
Every person.
Even even the little things.
Honestly, it's the little things that mount to big things, really.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So funny thing, I got a call yesterday. Apparently the Bombshell show, I'm going to call somebody out. The Bombshell show I was on a few months ago. They asked me to come on. It's a Monday night show here on JoCo Community Radio, and they had asked me to come on, and somehow or another we got on the subject of friendships, and apparently I made the comment about, well, I'm that kind of friend that if you've got a booger in your nose, I'm going to tell you got a booger in your nose.
Well, that's kind of a good friend.
And so
do you want to walk around with a booger in your nose?
No, it was so funny because then I got a phone call about the fact that, that was a comment that I made, and they were just like, I miss you, and you're fun, quirky, whatever's. But I'm seriously though, if your hair looks like shit,
but you got
and you got a booger in your nose, and your jeans don't look cute, and you ask me. Now, you don't have to ask me about the booger in your nose, but if you're going to ask me if your hair looks okay and if the jeans look okay, and they don't, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you got a booger in your nose, whether you want me to tell you or not.
But I also think that, it's really throw compliments out there. Like,
of course,
if somebody's wearing something cute, or their hair looks good, or whatever it is, their lipstick, it doesn't matter.
For sure.
They've got cute shoes on. They may have not heard anything good in a long, long time.
Right. And even it can be a perfect, and we used to talk about this all the time, a perfect stranger. I remember being at Razoo's, and this woman was just so beautiful. And I just kept looking at her and I was like, oh my God, like she's got beautiful skin. Oh my God, she's got beautiful hair. I just kept gravitating to how beautiful she was. And so before I left, I was like, I have to tell her. And I did. I just walked over and I just said, I hope you have a wonderful dinner. I just wanted you to know you're beautiful. And I just turned around and walked away. I didn't need a thank you. I didn't need a whatever, but at least that she's not sitting there. Cause a lot of times we're self-conscious about, why is that person looking at me? What's wrong with me? It was like, we find all the wrong, do I have a booger in my nose? All of the things, right, that are bad. We don't automatically think, oh, that lady thinks I'm beautiful. You know what I mean? Like that's not our go-to, right? No. Our go-to thought. It's oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? And so down. Yeah. So I just walked out and just was like, hey, you know what? I just wanted you to know you're beautiful. So, because it is so important.
But you can do that on social media too. Like if somebody's doing 75 hard, it doesn't take but a second to cheer them on.
Right.
Yeah. Right. It doesn't any of that, whether it's, they've, and I think for the most part, people don't post on social media to brag.
Right.
They're posting, like we talked about, accountability. Accountability is huge. And anybody that, even though you walk every day or in whatever it is, sometimes somebody just saying, keep going.
Right.
Is that little piece that people need. And sometimes the people who are the most confident are the ones that just maybe need a cheer them on.
Right. Well, because even the showing of confidence sometimes is insecurity.
Oh, for sure.
Well, I know. Okay, so here's the thing: is the other day I did like a little video of me walking into Hot Works, and I was gonna post it, and then I was like, no. And I should have, because, in 6 months from now or in a year from now, when that memory pops up, I'm going to be like, I'm so glad I stuck with it. But in looking at that video, I was like, oh my gosh, because it's 6:00 in the morning. I've got sleepy eye, gluten swollen face. But I should post those days, because then that's accountability to not eat gluten.
Well, it also makes you human, right?
Yes.
We are all, and so I'm always very, very thankful when somebody posts the good, the bad, and the ugly. Like,
Yes.
we all have the ugly.
Well, here's the thing too, and this is, sometimes people just need to keep opinions to themselves, though, right?
Well,
when they're negative.
Right.
I was watching, or I read an article.
Well, if you don't have anything nice to say, just shut your mouth.
Yeah. Well, I was reading an article about Candace Cameron. I don't know if you saw this or not.
No.
But Candace Cameron was on the show Full House, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Yes. And she's absolutely beautiful. She's always been super cute. She always does a lot for the community. She and her family were at a wedding, and they posted a picture. It was her husband and 2 of her children. One of them is away at college, but her and her daughter had on red dresses, and her husband and her son had on suits, and it was a super cute picture. Super cute picture. But there were so many people with their negative comments about wearing a red. You're not supposed to wear red to a wedding. And
says who?
Exactly. And then there were all these other comments about, like, her husband and her kid didn't have socks on with their suits and their dresses. I mean, it was all these ugly things. And
the
so
fashion police.
Right. And so Candace was super cute in the way that she came back to a lot of those comments, right? And it was a lot of the whole, if you don't have anything nice to say.
Right.
And, also the whole red dress to a wedding thing. They said that it's a faux pas, because, you're not supposed to wear red or white to a wedding. Okay, well, back in the day, you weren't supposed to wear black to a wedding either, and people do it all the damn time. Right. And some people want you to wear white to a wedding. I saw a friend of mine's mom was getting married, and the mom picked out the dress for the daughter who was her bridesmaid, and they both had white matching dresses on. People can do whatever they want to do, right? And so it's just keep your ugly comments to yourself. They said that red is a power color. Okay, well, last I heard black was a power color, because not everybody looks good in red, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And I wore a burgundy romper to one wedding recently, and a purple one to another, and but there was a lot of people wearing black.
Wear whatever you feel comfortable in. It's not about you or
and
what
when my
you're
mama
wearing.
passed away, I didn't wear black. We wore red. My sister and I wore red. Red was her favorite color. We wore red. Well, yellow was her favorite color too, but neither one of us looked good in yellow, so we didn't wear yellow.
No.
You know what I mean? And so it doesn't. But anyway, ugly comments, right?
They're
because
not necessary.
They're not necessary. Here she was posting a great picture of her family, and then because she's an icon, and she's
and her husband's was an NHL hockey player. Yeah. So they both come from in the public eye.
But even at that, sometimes you just need to keep your ugly opinions to yourself.
Yeah.
Just plain and simple. It's hurtful. And I can't imagine being in that type of a limelight where here you are posting something of a happy moment, sharing
How
with
miserable
your
you must be.
Yeah. And then you've got all this negative connotation coming from a happy moment. You wanted to post a happy picture with you and your family, and then everybody else wants to jump on the bandwagon and tell you you're not supposed to wear red to a wedding. It's just dumb. Anyway, it's just my take on it.
No, I agree. if you don't have anything nice to say, like,
Don't
why?
say anything
Don't
at
say
all.
it.
Hopefully your mama taught you that. If not, we're going to. I'm playing with my straw.
It's just not nice.
No.
It's not nice at all.
No. And so most, like you said, most people are doing it for their journey. So if you can't encourage them on their journey,
just shut up.
Yeah.
Don't follow them.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah.
Don't partake.
Mm-mm.
I don't read the comments. Although there's a couple times I've gone down the comment thing on some of the TikToks I've seen lately, and it's like, oh, I can't believe they just said that.
It's funny. I've not ever looked at the comments.
Oh.
Now, I know some of the comments that my sister got on some of her TikToks and that her boyfriend got on some of his TikToks, and I'm just...
Oh, I don't post on TikTok.
No. Well, I know, but my sister and her boyfriend did at one point. I don't know if he still does or not, but yeah, the comments of some of these people.
They're keyboard warriors.
Whew.
Yeah.
Man.
But yeah,
crazy.
I think you gotta find that positive, whatever it's books.
Yeah.
And have you read The Chocolate Taco Diet? By the look on your face, I'm gonna say no. Yes, Drew, I'm calling her out. What the hell are you waiting for? He's got the audio version.
I know.
Download it and start reading, listening, whatever. You don't have to read it. You can listen to it.
Okay, you're right. I can.
It's been out for what? 6 weeks?
I have it on my bar. It looks at me every day and I'm like, I really need to start reading that.
I'm on it the second time. Actually, I had to put it down because I've got a new book that I'm reading.
I've worn the t-shirt.
Oh, I wear the t-shirt all the time.
To get credit for that.
I actually, when I met him before when I went up to Canada, I'm like, I need this shirt so that I can take pictures when I go in the mountain. I specifically wore it when I went hiking.
Yay. That's so good.
It's kind of like I don't know, gives you a little more swagger when you're wearing it. I don't know why.
I don't either. I want to create a t-shirt that gives you a little more swagger when you wear it. That's what I want.
Doesn't it, when you put on your beat bowl, doesn't it make you stand a little taller and put your shoulders back a little farther?
Right. Throw some heels on and you really will stand up taller. And
I'm not putting heels on. Although I've been dreaming about boots, which is weird. Like obsessively dreaming about boots.
Like
just boots.
Western boots?
No, just boots in general.
So there's a lot of cute little boots for winter that are coming out. Like some really cute ones. I almost bought some white ones the other day and I was like, I had that whole thought to myself, can I wear white after Labor Day?
Oh, I think that rule's been thrown out the window.
I didn't buy the shoes, but I almost bought the shoes to be that person who wears white shoes after Labor Day.
It's pants. It's not shoes.
Really?
That was the rules. Pants.
Mm.
Yeah. Or dress.
Well, sometimes white pants aren't good for people.
Right.
Period.
No.
Over the size of a medium.
Well, and honestly, white pants, I mean, they get dirty so fast. I mean, all you have to do is one drop of red wine doesn't make it into your mouth and it's on your pants.
Sit in a dirty chair,
right. You get stuff on it, whatever.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so what I'm taking from this show today is go buy the white shoes.
Is that what you got from that?
That's what I got from the whole morning show.
Oh, I don't know.
Yes,
there's
buy the shoes.
I didn't buy just one pair of boots. I may have bought two.
Oh, you didn't even say that you bought boots.
Well,
you said you were dreaming of boots.
Well, I'd been dreaming about boots for like 2 weeks.
So that you just went and bought some?
Because I go to camp.
I need pictures. Coralee bought boots.
I know.
I need pictures. So excited.
Well, I go to Canada in like 43 days.
And
it's winter there. I mean, they've got snow. I don't have footwear for snow.
Right.
I mean, why would I?
Yes. So funny thing, we went to Missouri this weekend to see Garrett play ball. It got canceled or whatever. But I bought shoes. I bought boots back when we had the Snowmageddon, right? I bought boots because I was like, oh, my kid's going to be going to school in Missouri. And I pulled out my waterproof boots and they were sad. They were some, and I think I've had them like 15 to 20 years.
Because you never wear them.
Well, I mean, I wear them a few times a year because they're waterproof too. So I wear them when it's rainy and cold. And so I wear them more often than not. But yeah, that was like, those need to be retired. Like the leather part was all flaking off and different things. And that just was like, those need to go. So I bought some new ones. And so they're still in the box. So I was like, should I pack my boots? And then, of course, I look at the weather and it's only going to be like 43 degrees. I was like, darn.
Yeah. No, I did. I bought 2 pair.
I'd let you borrow mine, but I don't think we were the same size.
No.
You could have 3 pair.
No.
Okay. I need to see your boots. Anyway.
They're pretty cute.
I'm very excited for you. So can you hike in these boots or are they just like cute?
No. These are
going
like
out on the town boots.
My sister would say these are not hiking boots.
Oh.
No, I got hiking boots. I left them in Canada.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah. Very cool. Thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Anytime.
And she says anytime, but she's going to Canada in 43 days. So thank you so much for
and this and that.
Thank you so much for joining us here on It's a Good Morning on JoCo Community Radio. Don't forget to sprinkle a little sunshine and bullshit. Bye.